everybody, welcome to Shiver Speaks. Today we're doing a movie review for the new movie The Watchers, which came out last Friday, June 7th, and let's talk about it. So, our main character is Mina. She's a twin sister named Lucy. They don't speak, they don't get along because when they were younger, their mom got killed in a car accident, and Lucy basically blames Mina for it. So, Mina has gone on this spiral, has been doing her own thing, been off on her own, and now has a job at a pet store. So, part of her duty at the pet store, this very exotic bird comes in, and a local zoo wants to take the bird. So, Mina gets sent to drive this bird to the local zoo, and on her way, she has to drive through the forest. While she's at this point in the forest, her car breaks down and she starts walking around, and there's all these creepy signs that say this is the point of no return with all these different numbers on them. So, very long story short, we find out that she is now sort of trapped in the woods. Her car doesn't work, she can't really find her way back to the car, and she comes across this bunker, and all of these birds are flying. It's getting close to nighttime, and these people who are near the bunker tell her to come in and run in or she's going to die. So she then meets Sierra, Madeline, and Daniel. They have now been trapped in the woods for a number of months, and the only way to survive is to go into the bunker at nighttime so that these creatures outside in the woods will watch them through this two-way mirror. And if the creatures like what they see, then all of the humans will wake up just totally fine and happy in the morning. So this goes on for just a couple of days before Mina is like, I gotta get out of here. Like, you guys haven't even really tried to escape, so we should do something different. So Madeline is sort of the unspoken leader of the group. She's the oldest person here. She's been there the longest, as she tells all of them. And she says that the only way that she has been able to survive is because she has followed all of these rules. If you break their rules, then these woodland creatures will do something bad. So Mina basically says, screw that, like, you guys have been trapped here for a reason. You shouldn't be standing here listening to her. So Mina breaks one of the rules, and then all of these creatures at night end up very mad and start breaking some of the glass. Madeline freaks out, and then it kind of turns the group in on each other. So after that, they all decide that they're going to start doing things a little bit differently, but we now fast forward to wintertime. So it's been a number of months that Mina and all of them are here at this point. So during wintertime, they break some more rules and come across this secret bunker. In this secret bunker, there are all of these videotapes of this man called the Professor, and he has created what they've been staying in, the whole like watcher area, and in the bunker he has trapped one of these outside creatures that watch them at night. And he explains that these are fairies or changelings, and they watch everybody through the two-way mirror because they want to shapeshift into what you look like. So the more that they can watch you, study your mannerisms, then they can sort of become you. So this professor trapped one of those things because he wanted to use the powers to basically say, like, we have free cloning devices right in front of our face, like, why not use it and use it for a profit? He then, as they continue to watch all of his video messages, he then gets to the point where he's like, I don't know what I've done, but this is wrong, and I'm going to put a stop to this. So we see him climb out of the bunker, and then we hear 2 gunshots. That's all we know. That's all we hear. So he then tells the whole group that if there is anybody who is watching this, there is a boat. All you have to do is follow the birds and you'll get out. So they all decide, against Madeline's wishes, to go try to find the boat. So they end up running in the woods. Daniel is the last in their group, and he ends up getting lured in by one of the members of the Watchers because it looks like somebody that he knew. And so he ends up getting killed on the way. So Sierra, Madeline, and Mina are the ones who get out on this rowboat. They then end up kind of just going back to their regular lives, and Mina starts doing some digging in the professor's office. The office is left as it was. He has never been back, so we don't really know too much about him. She starts digging through his things and finds his studies on the changelings and on the fairies and different people like that, and finds a picture of Madeline. This is where the twist is. So Madeline is this woman whose name was Madeline, who had died and was married to the professor. So the professor trapped one of these fairies and changelings and basically just showed it videos and pictures of Madeline over the course of time, so that this creature turned into Madeline, so that he could live again with his wife, even though it really wasn't his wife. So he then kind of knew what he did and got to the point where it was like, this is wrong and I shouldn't be playing God, and tried to kill it, but it killed him. So the whole reason why Madeline had all these rules for these people were because she was one of the changelings in the first place. So after doing some more digging, Mina finds this out. She then goes to Sierra's house and tries to warn her that Madeline is not human, but she was able to leave the woods because she is half human. So she is half human, half fairy. So she's a halfling. So they end up getting into a brawl with Madeline, and Mina basically says, like, you can live among humans. You don't need to hurt people. Like, you were able to get out of the woods. Like, you shouldn't really need anything from anybody at this point. Madeline then shrugs and agrees, and they all go on and live their happy lives. And then Mina makes up with her sister Lucy, and it's basically a happy ending for everybody. So that's the movie. I didn't mind it, but with that being the whole premise, I feel like there was a lot that was missed. And I thought in general, it was just okay. So on an actual scale from 1 to 5, for the story itself, I would give it about a 3. For originality, I would give it about a 3. We've seen people getting lost in the woods before. We've seen these types of movies. So there's nothing too original about it. We've also seen a lot with folklore. For acting, I would give it a 4 out of 5. I think the acting was good. The actors that they hired were good. Wasn't anything too bad with that. For production, I would teeter between a 3 and a 4. I think being able to have great camera angles, great sets was good, but we didn't really see a whole lot of filming locations, just the woods and the bunker. For scares, I would give it a 1 out of 5. It was not a scary movie by any means. This is a movie that I would probably show to children who were interested in like thrillers and suspense. There's nothing really bad about it. The scene where Daniel dies does show a little bit of blood, but it's not anything severe. So putting that all together, this movie gets a 3 out of 5 in terms of score. I didn't think it was bad, but I didn't think it was good. I think if it is free on a streaming service, it's worth watching if you're just bored on a weekend. I would not go out of my way to watch it. I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend it, and I bet in a year or 2 from now, I'm going to forget that I even saw it. So let me know what your thoughts are. If you were excited to see this movie, if you weren't, I think that there was a big missed opportunity for it to be more driven in the theme of like watching reality TV, because they did bring that up a little bit. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and comments, and thank you for listening.